So in this video, we are going to have a look on how to apply the properties for the rational exponents. So let's understand and take some of the examples in order to solve the exponential expressions using the properties of exponents. So first of all, the first thing you must understand that if x or anything is written, any expression is written with a power 0, then the answer is always equals to 1. It means if y to the power 0 is written, the answer is 1. Anything written with a power 0, the answer is 1. So let's suppose if you have x and y and the whole power is 0. So no need to solve anything, just if you see the power 0, so the answer is 1. So this is the first property, that any base having the power 0, the answer is 1. Now let's check what is our second property states. The second property says that if two expressions are multiplying with each other having the same base, then the powers will be added together. What does it mean? For example, if I have x to the power a times x to the power b. So what is important, or what have you noticed, that the bases are alike. This base, this is base, so this is x. This is base, so this is also x. So what you will do, you will write the base only one time, and since they are multiplying, you add the power. So you will write a plus b. So let's check what does it mean, or how can we solve such kind of questions using this property. So if we have x to the power 3 times x to the power 4. So what have you observed? That both has the same basis. So you will write the x one time and add the powers. That means 3 plus 4. And you know that 3 plus 4 gives you 7. So the answer is x to the power 7. Now let's check what does our next property states. So our next property says that if you have same basis, yani two expressions with the same basis written in the numerator and the denominator, but they differ with the powers, means here the power is a in the numerator and x has a power b when it is written in the denominator. So it could be anything. So what you do, you can write x and write, see the bases are same, so you write only the base one time, and since they are dividing, so you subtract the powers from each other. Now it is very important to have to check that where is the bigger power. So you must say that if a is greater than b, so better to write it here on the top. Similarly, this question can also be written as 1 over, and you can subtract b minus a. If you don't want to change the position of x to the power b, means keep it in the denominator and you subtract the a from the power b. So this is also a property. Now let's understand this property with the help of one question. So if I say x to the power 3 divided by x to the power 2, what do you see? First of all, you saw that both bases are same. Now where is the bigger power? The bigger power is in the numerator. So what you write? You write the answer, means x right on the top and 3 minus 2 write down. Means the upper power minus the lower power. Now here obviously you brought already the x on the top. There is nothing at the bottom. So 1 is left. So you can write x to the power 3 minus 2, 1, and we normally don't show the 1 in the power. So now the same thing if it is written in the other way. Let's see here 18 is written and in the denominator x to the power 30 is written. Now what we will do? Of course, you can see that where is the bigger power? The bigger power is in the denominator. So you go, don't change the position of x to the power 30. Write x to the power 30 as it is. Now subtract the smaller number from the bigger number. That means negative 18. Now what is left on the top? Nothing. Means 1 is left on the top. Now you will write 1 over 30 minus 18. It will gives you 12. So this is your answer. Now understand one more property. Understand one more property that says that if you have any base having a power and to the power, it means power to the power. Let's suppose m and here n. So what you do, you multiply the powers with each other. So m times n. How can we say that? Let's suppose x square whole to the power 3. So in this case, what you will do, you will multiply the powers with each other. So 2 times 3, so you will get x to the power 6. So I hope that you understood all these properties. So let's try to solve some of the questions. So the first property states that if two expressions having the same base are written, so just add their powers. Now make sure that the bases are alike. Now here x and here x. Okay, so both of them are same. So you will write x as it is. And what you will do with the power? You will add the power. So it will gives you x to the power 7 over 2. 7 over 3. You can use the calculator also. Okay. Now write this expression in the radical form. And you all know in the radical form we write always in over out, means x here. The numerator always we write it inside the radical sign and the denominator is the index actually. Now let's try to solve the second question. X to the y to the power 2 by 4 and y to the power 7 over 4. Now what is important? That both the bases are alike. So you will write the base one time. Now what you will do? You will add the powers. That means 2 over 4 plus 7 over 4. So y, it will gives you 9 over 4. Change it into radical sign. So under the radical sign you will write y. The numerator goes as a power inside and denominator will be written as an index. Now solve the next question. A to the power 2 over 3, x to the power 1 over 3. Now what is important? That are the bases same? No, the bases are not same. So if the bases are not same, you will write them as it is. Now, but you can change it into the radical form. So here both the index are same. So only you will write the 3 as an index. Now what is left inside? So a square and x only left. So make sure that the bases are same. If the bases are same, you will add the powers. If the bases are not same, you will write them as it is. Since the denominators are same and the denominators they goes as an index in the index and they have the common denominator. So you write the 3 as an index and inside you wrote a square times x. Now let's check here also. You will understand this one. A to the power negative 7 over 8 and x to the power 3 over 8. The first question. Ask yourself, are the bases same? No, the bases are not same. It means the answers stay as it is. But what I told you that if you have any negative power, always convert it into positive one by changing the place of the base. So this x to the power 3 over 8 is positive. Yes. But this a to the power negative 7 over 8 has a negative power. So you change it. How you change it? Right now it is written in the numerator. Write it in the denominator. But when you will write it in the denominator, the power will become positive. And now check. is the index for both x and a are same? This is 8 and this is 8. Yes, they are same. So we will write radical with index x with index 8. Now you will write on the top x and in the denominator a. What is the power in the numerator? That is 3, x to the power 3 and a to the power 7. So just practice more questions so that you will understand and you can clear your doubts by practicing more and more questions. Let's see here what's happening. Here we are going to apply the quotient property. Quotient property, why? Because they are dividing with each other. And what is important in them? Again the same thing, that the bases are alike. If the bases are alike, you subtract the power in case of quotient property. So what you will do, here you have x to the power half, x to the power 3 by 2. Now it's your call whether you subtract the upper with the lower exponent or lower with the upper exponent. So up to you. So let's suppose we make it x 1 over 2 minus 3 over 2. Because the first power we wrote as it is. In the quotient we always we subtract. So we wrote minus and the exponent which is written in the denominator. Now x half minus 3 by 2, it will gives you x to the power negative 1. But as I told you before that we don't write the powers with the negative sign. So for that purpose we always change the position of the base. So it is in the numerator, we write in the denominator as it is and change the sign of the power. So negative 1 changes into positive 1. There is nothing on the top, so you have to write it 1. Now 1 over x, it means the index always start from 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 over x stay as it is. Now let's check this one. 4 divided by x to the power 5 over 12. So what you will do? You cannot solve it. Yes, you cannot solve it, of course. And even here 4 has no index, no square root, nothing. And here you will just change into radical sign. How do you change the x into the radical sign? So x, the denominator, the power having the numerator and the denominator. The denominator always goes as the index and the numerator should be written inside as a power. Now let's solve this one. So x to the power, the bases are alike and we will subtract the powers. There is already the negative sign, so you write negative 2 over 7 as it is. Bring this one up so it becomes negative 12 over 7. So what do you get? X to the power negative 14 over 7. So that will give you x to the power negative 2. Now negative 2, we don't stop if we have a negative power. We change the position, so we will transfer it in the denominator and change the power from negative to the positive 2. There is nothing written on the top, so you will write 1. Solve one more question. X to the power 3 over 5 divided by x to the power 2 over 5. So what you are going to do? You are going to subtract the power which is written in the bottom from the topper one, 2 over 5. So now what you will write? 3 over 5 minus 2 over 5 will gives you 1 over 5. Now change in the radical sign. So in the radical sign, the index is always the denominator's power. That means 5 and x having a power 1 under the radical sign. So if you will practice more, you will understand and your speed will be faster and you will do it friendly. Now let's do one more. X to the power m to the power n, yani power to the power. And we told you that when you have a power to the power, you only multiply the powers. So let's see here x. Now power to the power, it means 2 by 4 times 8. Solve it, you will get x to the power 4. Now there is no need of the radical sign. Why? Because there is already x to the power 4. There is no index, so that's it. Keep it as it is. Now this one, x to the power negative 3 over 5 times negative 1 over 4. So you will get x to the power 3 over 20. Now how do you write under the radical sign? You will write the x. Now the denominator, the power's denominator will be the index and 3 inside. Let's do the last question, that is power to the power. So you will multiply the powers with each other. So negative 2 by 5 times negative 1 over 5, you will get x to the power 2 over 25. Now write it in the radical form. So the index is 25 and x has square.